Evening, ladies and gents. Okay, what are we doing tonight? I have a Mac Pro from circa 2005, 2006, I think 2005 actually. I don't have Bluetooth or wireless installed in this thing, so I decided I was going to go on Amazon and I purchased a wireless card and thought for a second that I was going to get one of those, big giant cards that goes in the slots right over there. It's really mad for a second, then realized, oh, okay, well, maybe I got the right thing after all. Anyway, it looks like this. And yes, it is that small. It's tiny. So anyway, without further ado, here's what you got to do to install it, because there's no instructions. They want you to take this basically to Apple to get done. And since these are generally out of warranty by now, nobody's really going to probably want to help you with this without charging you an arm and a leg and saying, hey, buy another machine, but you don't have to. Okay, first thing, remove your hard drive bays. I only have that one installed, but that's the first one, I believe. So you have to remove, I think, just remove the other three. And you should see these cables, that one right there with the giant 3 on it. Most of the time, these things are labeled. Sometimes they're not. If they're not, ooh, I feel sorry for you. Okay, so here's the first thing you got to understand is number 1 goes to Bluetooth. So we're not going to be using cable number 1. So cable number 1, in my case, I'm not installing Bluetooth, so we won't need it. This is cable number 1, I believe, right here. Yes, it is. The label's just gotten crossed down here. Hang on. I'll pull it back up so you can actually see that it is labeled indeed as number 1. Okay, well, it's right there. It's disappearing. Doesn't matter. Okay. Second thing you got to realize, too, is numbers 2 and 3 go right here. Basically, the card's going to go here. I'm going to go ahead and install that card for you now. They're supposed to be hard to do, but mine's actually fairly easy, probably because earlier I took a screwdriver thinking I had to lift this. I'm covering my light source. I'll point at it. I thought earlier that I had to remove this thing right here. I thought it was a plastic cover and it went in basically vertical. No, it doesn't. It goes in horizontal. So I think because I did that and broke off the sides, which is not real smart of me, mine goes in fairly easy. So I'll try my best to do this without obscuring the light. It is not an easy thing to do with basically nobody else to help me with the camera. So here's how it goes. In at an angle, and then voila. Now watch, see how it's springy? Yep, that's completely normal. When you press it down, see how it lines up with those screw holes? Yeah. Okay, that's normal too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video here, and I'm going to install these little screws that came with it. Don't lose these. These are very important. Okay. I'm going to pick up the video here real quick so I can show you the best way I figured out how to install these. Okay, I'm taking my nail like that and holding the screw to the screwdriver because mine's not magnetic. And then what I'm doing is, so you can see I have one already installed down in there. I'm basically just taking my hand and going down like that. I can't do that with the phone there, so anyway, that's it. We'll continue once I've got this fastened in. Shouldn't be long now. As you can see, that method works really well. That screw is almost screwed in. And there it is. I'm going to tighten it down. Okay. It is tightened down. Okay, here is the fun part. Like I said earlier, numbers 2 and 3. 2 goes on this connector here. 3 goes on this connector here. So basically remove the plastic. Don't be afraid. Pops right off. Don't need the plastic anymore. Toss it. And let's see, here we go. Oh, I removed number 1. I need to put that back on. If you have Bluetooth, that's great, but I don't, so I'm going to go ahead and put this plastic back on number 1, because if you want to leave the plastic on if you're not using it. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this with a little bit less idiot and a little bit more professional. Okay. not possible much, but okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and all you have to do is basically, here's how these things look. I'll show you a close-up before I put them on. Well, as best as a close-up as I can probably get. There we go, I zoomed in a bit. Sorry, it's taken off of an iPhone. They basically are upside down so you can't see them. See if I can turn them around. Not easy to do. Oh, look, there we go. Okay, so that's what they look like upside down. That part right there, that is out of focus, and I can't really do much about that, except for, well, maybe that worked. That part is going to be the part that is the part you smash down. Well, not smash down, but, you know, press down onto the connector. So I'm going to do that real quick. Camera shot's going to really suck, so pardon that until I get it done. There's really no great way to get these on there. They're really tricky, to be honest. It's just kind of a little bit of luck and time involved into it. If you can kind of finagle it on there. Is that a word, finagle? I'll have to look that up sometime. I use it all the time. I don't even know if it's a word. Anyway, yeah, so you want to just get it on there the best you can, and then try to finagle, word of the day, it on there, and press it down. The screwdriver I used earlier actually helps because it's got a rubbery side, blunt end, and if I can get it on there, I can use that to kind of mash it down once I've set it flush on there, which I have not done yet. Ah, hear that? That pop? That connected it right there. So number 2's in. Let's try for number 3. Let's see if I can go for 2 in a row here. Not likely, but you never know. Oh, I am by no means professional at all, so save your, in fact, I'll probably disable comments, but save your nasty comments for somebody who is a professional. Oh, hey, looky there. I did it without having to do anything else. All right, so they are, the LEDs are, why did I say LEDs, not LEDs? The leads are connected. So that's it. That's basically it. You've screwed it down. You've connected those. Now connect everything back out, everything else back up. Make sure your number 1 wire, which I've kind of moved out of the way, I guess I can move it back in the way so you can see now. Make sure that plastic is still on there. And in 11 minutes and 35 seconds, I've installed an airport card into this old Mac, so it's going to be wireless for the first time in its life. Oh, while you have the case off, you might as well just replace that battery. I did, just because I had the case off. You know, it's not gonna mess up anything in the BIOS. It's just gonna, you have to reset your clock. That's about it. But also too, I'm gonna do some maintenance as well, because look at that. Ooh, it's dusty. I'm almost embarrassed to show you this, but since nobody can see my face, and most of you probably will probably never meet me, I'm not really that embarrassed, honestly. So anyway, enjoy my comforting light source here for you guys, this lamp here.